Good day to all the fellow listeners and travelers out there that are ready to be engaged into a new world. We have a lovely guest that's going to transport us into the dimension of digital art, the artistic future. I am your host, Mr. Aurelius, and welcome to StarTech Podcast. Let's get ready for action. I am very delighted to have a very special right now. She's actually from France, and she's also a master of the digital art world, and she goes by the name of Miss
Clemence.
Miss Clemence, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So, Miss Clemence, I just want to ask, how does it feel to be a part of our first episode?
It's very exciting. It's actually an honor to be here.
Okay. So, Miss Clemence, may you please tell all the listeners out there who you are and what you're all about?
I have a background in art. I am the CEO of 37X Dubai, and I've been living here for now 8 years.
So just to give a brief definition, may you just give us, in your own words, what is digital art?
So to be very simple, when artists are using technology to create art, it becomes digital art. So digital art has been around for a long time now, since the 1960s. Yeah, the artist would use the first computer, actually, autonomous system, along with mathematics, science, and artistic skills to create the first digital art. And then a lot of different movement came to life. And more recently, obviously, we've all heard of this crazy hype around, this ecosystem around the blockchain and NFTs and digital art and cryptocurrency. And that was a very interesting way to introduce again digital art to the audience.
Is the digital art community larger than the traditional art community? Or is there still a wide gap in comparison between traditional art and digital art?
So honestly, it's a bit hard to say. There is a community focusing mainly on digital art and a community that's more interested in traditional, contemporary, or modern art. So there's still this gap, and that's what actually we want to do with 37X, is bridging the two community under one same roof.
Oh, okay. It kind of reminds me of Disney from the Renaissance period of the 1990s, where Pixar 3D animation is replacing all the 2D animation, and then once the early 2000s hit, the 3D animation has taken over, and the 2D animation has kind of lost its phase. So you think the same thing's going to happen in the future? Digital art is going to be the full replacement?
It's not going to be a full replacement. I think it comes together. It's very important for an artist, obviously, to still have contact with, the paint, the canvases, the materials, different mediums. Digital is a different medium. So it can be used to express art in a very different and creative way. But it's not going to replace. It goes together. That's why I think it's very important to explain to the people the value that digital art has. It's just, I would say, a marriage between the human and the technology, because art has always been very attached to what's happening in our society. And we know that technology has a very important place in our everyday life.
One of the main components of digital art, I believe, is like Adobe Illustrator, Flash. What are the other software? 3D Max.
There's several softwares.
Yes.
When I had the chance to speak with this French artist, William Mapon, and when he was explaining to me all the coding around generative art, and particularly, it's very interesting. It's something I'm passionate about, but obviously I'm not someone who codes, but these artists, they're really sharing a new way of expressing creativity and art.
What are some well-known digital art exhibitions or events that artists in the UAE can participate in?
Recently, we had Art Dubai, who had for the second time, the digital section. That was a huge success. And obviously, they also have the traditional section of art, the contemporary section. You have a lot of museums like the Tate, the Met, the MoMA, who has now embrace the digital art in their exhibition. And you have conferences such as globally, not only in Dubai, but NFT Paris, NFT New York, the blockchain. And these are great places for young artists or just art lovers to network and to learn about more about digital art. So we've participated to few events that were, I would say, linked to the more to the crypto environment. Also to introduce the project in this community. But we will definitely participate to art fairs, and we will be participating to some conferences and panel discussion, and we will be actually hosting our own panel discussion also in the gallery.
Okay. So I think you remember that UAE, especially Dubai, used to focus more on music and music festivals. And I think later on it started focusing on financial, cryptocurrency, and business. And what I've noticed this year in 2023, Dubai is not just Dubai anymore, all of UAE, because even Ras Al Khaimah is included. You're seeing art festivals and digital art, traditional art combined, being advertised heavily, especially in Sharjah. Maybe just ask why that is. What's this concern in art?
It is a great introduction of art in general in the UAE, which is very important because they have a beautiful culture, but it's important to have more gallery, more museum. We know that they opened the museum in the Louvre in Abu Dhabi. We have these art fairs, Abu Dhabi Art, Dubai Art, but there's more and more other type of event linking, design, music, fashion, and it's always can be connected to art in a way.
How can young talents or local artists in the UAE submit their work in order for it to be displayed in your art gallery?
So we have a meticulous process in selecting the artist. We have been the one contacting the artist because for the opening we are having an exhibition around the power of light. So we have been contacting artists who works around the theme of light. But obviously, we're always happy to receive portfolios from artists around the world. They can contact us on our email, which is on our website, 37xdubai.com.
Okay. And how often do you allow artists to submit their work? Is it weekly, monthly?
Whenever they feel like it.
Whenever they feel?
Of course. Obviously, then we have to have our selection of artists according to the theme, because we're working really hard on the curation to have a theme to have the audience understand the message that we're trying to share with them. So we'll have later on exhibition dedicated for women. We'll have exhibition dedicated for generative art.
Once your business is launched or once it's opened, what will be the initial theme for it?
So when we will, for the grand opening, the theme will be around the power of light.
Power of light.
Why? Because it's also really a strong element in the 37X DNA.
Okay. And I think what's so special about your gallery, I saw on the website that it was near the Burj Khalifa. So yes, you can actually see the full view of the city.
Exactly. We have a beautiful view on the Burj Khalifa. And in the opposite as a traditional gallery, I would say we have large windows, natural light, and beautiful view.
So great first impression.
Yeah.
So coming up next is what makes 37X Dubai different from all the other art galleries in the Dubai vicinity?
So first, I would say the architecture, the design of the space. When we selected this location, it was shell and core. So the whole design and the vision we had to kind of represent a spaceship, that was pretty challenging, but amazing for us, for our architect, for our contractors. And, well, we want to offer a different experience.
Okay.
We really want to offer a different experience. This gallery is a bridge between art, traditional art, and digital art. So we want our artists to shine, but we also want to offer a different experience to our viewers. So if they come during the day, it will be an experience. And if they come at night, it will be a different experience. We'll have also this beautiful terrace outside and the refreshment area for the people who are like-minded and who can stay together and exchange together.
Where can we find you?
So you can find us in Burj Daman in DIFC, so really in the heart of Dubai, on the Mezzanine. But we'll have signage and everything, yeah.
Thank you so much for being our first guest on our show once again. And I hope you had a wonderful time.
Thank you so much. It was an honor. And I had a great time.
Thank you so much. And also, what is your contact details? How can people follow you either on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube?
Yes, so we have a website, 37xdubai.com, and we have socials, so Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, LinkedIn, so they can contact us
So
anywhere. Yes.
so all the fruit baskets of social media.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much.
After all, we're in tech also, so we have to have this strong digital presence.
And my final question, what makes this show unique compared to all the other programs that you've been involved in? What makes this interview unique, other than being the first episode?
This interview unique?
Yes.
Well, because it's a great opportunity for me to talk about art, which I'm passionate about, and to share a message and to the viewers. I definitely think they have to be bold and passionate to build their own creative journey.
Well, Ms. Clemence, it was definitely great to have you in our studio.
Thank you so much.
We definitely want to have you back.
It was a great experience, a great opportunity.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and exploring the world of digital art with us. There is more to explore every Friday. Remember to please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, all of your favorite social medias, or at Khaleej Times. StarTech Podcast, we're out.